You would start off with your name and the years you attended. That would be awesome.
All right, my name is Connie Strickland, Connie Robinson Strickland, and I attended camp, and I have to look, as a camper from 1954 until about 1958, and there were 3 years within that 4-year period of time. And I was a counselor from 65 through 69, a counselor or other staff member.
Okay. How old were you when you first attended?
When I first attended, I was between 3rd and 4th grade, so I must have been somewhere around 9.
What was the name of your hometown?
McDonough, Georgia.
How did you learn about Camp Dixie?
It was written up in the Christian Science Monitor. It was advertised there, and my mother saw it, and she assumed that the owners, and they were at the time, that they had just purchased the camp, Carlos and Jean Catilla, might be Christian Scientists or might cater to Christian Scientists, and so I was sent to camp here.
Okay. Your fondest memory or memories? Any jokes? Anything?
Some of my memories were not necessarily my fondest memories, but my most vivid memories. And I'll tell you about a memory that was my most vivid, if you don't mind. Okay? I was in charge of a group going on a off-camp camping trip. There were 18 people in all, 15 of which were campers and 3 of which were counselors. And we were, this was the days before there was so much safety issue in the making, and before people became so Sioux happy. It was a lovely, free environment at that time. But we were taking these campers to the north side of Cherokee, North Carolina, to camp out in the Smokies in a pioneer campsite. And we were riding in a pickup truck, all 18 of us. The 15 students, or campers rather, were in the back of the truck, and the counselors were all 3, bad news, were in the front of the truck. And we drove up this dirt road up the side of a mountain, and we were very happy going on our 3-day, I think, camp out. And a car approached us from the other direction, and we pulled to the side of the road as the car passed on the upside of the mountain. We were on the down side of the mountain. And the road began to cave in. And our truck began to slide down the side of the mountain. And being a Christian Scientist, I was usually pretty quick to pray in a hot water situation, and this was definitely a hot water situation. And the thing that came to my mind was something that was written in Science and Health with Key to the Scriptures, which is our textbook. We use the Bible and that textbook for our religion, but it was something that was written by Mrs. Eddy, who wrote Science and Health, which is, under divine providence, there can be no accidents. And divine providence I certainly understood to be God's principled care of all His children. And that was the flash of thought that came to me, and it actually came out of my mouth. Under divine providence, there can be no accidents. Well, the truck continued to slide sideways down the mountain. And at one point, the truck turned over on its top. Now, in the back, remember, there were all these 15 campers, and there was this metal framework along the back of the truck, and there was this tarpaulin over the top of it so that they didn't flap in the breeze. They were protected back there, against the breeze, of course. Certainly not against a roll down the mountain. We turned over on our top, and one of the girls who was sitting in the front seat of the truck opened the door as we turned in that direction. I was driving the truck, and she was sitting on the right, and we rolled on top of her. We rolled the truck just right over this girl, and it hit a tree as we rolled to our top. We were on top. There was a big tree lying sideways. We hit this tree and came back up on our tires and proceeded down the mountain front first. And just a little farther down, we hit another tree that was lying sideways, that was just fallen on the mountain. And we got out. I'm pretty sure that the girl who fell out's name was Kathy Morton. I'm not sure of that, but I'm pretty sure of that. And all we could think of in the cab of that truck was Kathy Morton, because we had seen her go out and under the truck as it turned over. Well, we went out of the truck and were looking for Kathy, and there was Kathy going up the mountainside with us, but a little ahead of us, helping up the campers who were scattered from the top of the road down to where the truck came to rest. It was an awesome situation. We had a few kids who were bruised. No one had any broken bones. No one was damaged severely at all. I think 2 kids were taken to the hospital to be bandaged up. And I'm not sure to the degree that their bandages, their injuries were, but it was just contusions kind of injuries. The girl that jumped out of the truck was never touched by the truck. There were a couple of bruises on my legs from hitting the steering wheel as we turned over. And the girl next to us, I know she probably bumped around in the cab of the truck, but we came up that mountain. We got all our girls up. We had eggs all over us, or the girls who were in the back, and the food that we had taken with us was scattered here in yonder place. It took, very shortly thereafter, a ranger came along and transported us to the ranger station, which is on the north side of Cherokee. And we waited there until someone from camp could come and pick us up. The 2 girls who looked the most injured were taken then by a ranger, I think, on to the hospital in Bryson City, perhaps. Anyway, took 2 wreckers to get that truck up the mountainside. The Catillas, who were in charge of the camp at the time, came to pick us up, and it was late at night, and I remember vividly lying on the floor of that ranger station with the girls all lying with their heads on my body, and I was kind of the pillow for everybody. But we drove home that night, and I rode home in the truck that we had been driving. And Carlos drove the truck, but the truck drove home. And it was one of the outstanding experiences I had at camp, in knowing that God's protection is always with us. And many other times it was as well. But it really made me a part of the camp. And even though I was partially responsible, Carlos said, now if you had stepped on the gas and turned your wheel hard to the left, you probably could have come out of that. But, I thought, oh my gosh, here I am sliding down the side of the mountain. But that's my experience that I wanted to share.
Okay. Any other stories? Well, we have 3 minutes left. I may change. Favorite activity, real quick?
A favorite activity?
Yes.
I love the lake. I love to swim in the lake. I taught water skiing at Lake Raven when I was here as a counselor. and I would take the kids over, and I guess one of the favorite experiences, of course, was at night when the sun went down. We'd all go skinny dipping in the lake, and it was fantastic. The water in Lake Rabun was not nearly as cold as the water here in our lake, but I loved it all. I grew up at camp. I learned all I ever needed to know at Camp Dixie.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm gonna, if you have.
And these are all kind of negative sounding things, but they turned into such positive experiences.
Mm-hmm.
I remember we took all the campers over to the other side of the lake, and it was just a huge blaze. We were concerned that it was going to get into Lakeview at the time. And in Lakeview, all of our rifle cartridges were stored. And so we were not sure what would happen if the fire reached that building. The trucks came from town. We didn't have a system where you could pump out of the lake at the time, and it almost just had to burn itself out. And burn itself out it did. There were little buildings up beside the lunchroom also, and all of those buildings went with the fire. But I remember the director, the owner, Gene Cotillo, standing on the other side of the mountain, just kind of in awe watching this thing.
I'm gonna have to stop this real quick.